Yeah.
How's it going, everybody? Welcome to episode 18 of the Weekly Grind, where tonight we're only grinding for 2 hours because of the lack of news and content to provide. Me and Josh, or Josh and I don't know, proper English, who cares? We're just having a nice little discussion about computers and how if you throwing all your money at the screen isn't going to actually help you.
And I'm Daryl, the sometimes co-host.
Yeah, there you go.
I brought the bagels and schmear.
But yeah, we were. I was before the show. I was fucking around the PC part picker, and I haven't even gotten to cases yet. And if you are familiar with PC part picker, that's still above monitors. I think power supply is still below there as well. And I'm already like just under 10 grand.
This motherfucker apparently spent so much time on PC part picker before the show he couldn't even shill for his own stream.
Yeah, pretty much. Hold on a second. I swear I thought I bookmarked it, but I guess I didn't, which sucks.
But I know how it is. You get looking at PC part picker, and
Oh no, here it is.
Maybe you got a little bit of a budget, and you're just like, well,
Here
okay.
it is.
I'm just gonna go look at this. I'm gonna research this. I'm gonna this, and I can do this. And
Well, what I did is a lot of googling, and because I picked a GPU, and I picked I sat there and went best GPU cooler for this GPU, or best motherboard for this GPU, and shit like that, and went down the list like that. Maybe not the best idea, considering I went with the Intel Core i7 5960X, 3 gigahertz, 8-core processor, which is $1,000. And then
you want to know how much I spent on my CPU when I got it new? $160.
Yeah, this thing's 8 cores, man.
The cores, can you feel them?
Then I went with the for the cooler. I went with the Corsair liquid GPU cooler.
Hey, should I put out the
Yeah, if you would, that'd be awesome. Yes.
Yeah. Well, I'm shilling the show. You guys want me to see if anybody wants to join us this week?
Oh yeah, go for it.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and shill out too and say it's a free for all. Anybody want on? Come
Yeah,
on
do it.
in.
We're lacking guests and we're lacking topics, so the more the merrier.
We're lacking fucks to give.
Pretty much. I did pick up today. After I got done looking for topics, I went on to Strange Music and Twisted Official, and I got both of their new CDs. Well, I pre-ordered Tech Nine's new CD, but
Nice.
But yeah, the motherboard I ended up going with was the Asus Rampage 5 Extreme.
So are you in the market for one, or are you just kind of enjoying some computer
in the
porn?
market. I'm in the market, but yeah, a little bit of computer porn at the same time, I gotta admit.
Nice.
But
Cool.
yeah, it was still ticking down there, and I came across the Corsair Dominator Premium 64 gigabyte. I don't know what the fuck any of this means. I'm gonna be totally honest. 8x8 gigabyte DDR4 2000 or 2800 memory. Fucking outrageously expensive though. Just shy of $2,000. And then storage, I went with two 1.2 terabyte solid state drives, both $2,000 a piece.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was the big price jack right there.
Yeah. Solid states are supposed to be faster, right?
Yeah.
Oh, they are so much faster on fucking read writes.
And see, I went with two of them.
Or no,
because-
fucking access speeds and shit like that. And like, it's the one that you go to the SSDs to increase, or should I say decrease, your loading times.
Right.
That's when you're getting like Windows booting in 8 seconds and your games, if optimized.
No, if I have two of these things, right? Could you imagine? Right, just how fast that would fucking go. Or it'd be a total clusterfuck and it wouldn't work either way.
That's how my first build went.
And then this is what we were discussing right before the show. The GTX Titan X 12 gigabyte video card, two-way SLI.
Can I ask you something before you get too far into that? Why is your tweet about the show in a foreign language?
Oh, I don't know.
It's in Portuguese, dude.
Yeah, I know. It's done that for the second week time this week, dude. Like whenever I start the show, it just tweets it out in some random ass language. I couldn't fucking tell you.
Yeah, I was looking for your tweet so I could
So that's why I didn't actually see
retweet
it. That's why I didn't notice that it was there.
yeah.
Like even Janos was
transmissio.
like, even Janos was like, what? I'm like, dude, I don't know. It just does it. I fucking
Does it send a tweet?
Transmisione vivo at YouTube.
Yeah, is it set up
lost
to
my mark.
send out a tweet? Yeah, jeez.
Yeah, it sends out a tweet automatically, but
But it's doing it.
I don't know why. Yeah, exactly. I can't figure that out.
Yeah.
Oh god damn it. Okay, you all talk for a second. I'm going to do a little Google search. Google. Why is my
Oh, you gotta figure out why it's doing it.
Yeah. I'm swearing off.
in
I'm swearing off
Portuguese.
alcohol forever,
fucking
man.
shit.
Got the mother of the hangover.
I haven't drinking. I haven't drank all this week. I'm probably gonna drink tonight, though. I'll be honest.
Yeah, I should have waited till tonight, but I had something to do on Monday, and I tend to have epic hangovers, so I was like, I'll give myself a couple days to recover. And
Yeah,
Yeah.
back to the part picker.
Yeah,
Josh
yeah,
and I were having a discussion about the SLIing of two Titan X video cards.
right, the video cards that are made only to play Titanfall.
No.
Oh no? Oh, okay. All
These
right.
things are apparently from what I understand, like there's not very many games that use the Titans properly.
hmm
That the 980 is just fine.
Oh yeah, 980 would be great. I'd like to get, if I had the money, I'd try to get a freaking Titan X just to test it out, but just get 980.
Yeah, I don't know though. That this is like my own little like why the fuck not? But at the same time, that's $1,000 a piece right there. And just video cards, it's $2,000.
That's insane, man.
But yeah, I'm of the maybe not so controversial view that you shouldn't even bother with SLI video cards, especially for a primarily gaming rig.
Yeah, but at the same time, it would be for gaming and editing purposes, so cut down rendering speeds as well.
I heard you put your intro together, huh?
In the process,
Nice. Eager to see it.
I think it's going to be good.
Working on my new logo. So those of you who are used to seeing the Triforce of consoles, the Triforce of gaming, whatever the fuck I used to call it, that'll go away shortly.
Along with the copyright strikes.
Right,
Yes, exactly.
Weekly grind, now compliant to U.S. law.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Now 100% less copyright infringement.
Uh,
Yeah.
Yeah, like I haven't even picked out a case yet for this fucking beast, and like I'm gonna have to Google a lot of these just to see what they look like. So that's gonna be a lot. Like as cheesy as it sounds, that'll be a lot of what swings my decision on the case.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I said, I haven't even reached power supply, optical drive, operating system, monitor, external storage.
Optical drives are over. Optical drives don't have to be your audience. Unless you're getting a Blu-ray burner.
Oh, okay, I see.
Which is what I got, yeah. And I don't think I've ever burned a Blu-ray with it.
It would be nice to have a Blu-ray player though, in a fucking badass PC.
Yeah, but you know, the thing is, you're going to pay up through the nose for software, though.
Oh,
like-
yeah, good point.
VLC has technically built-in Blu-ray support, but it
Quote,
doesn't
unquote,
work
built-in.
well. Yeah, it doesn't work well at all. So
Now, what about the power supply? Like,
you're gonna need one of those.
no,
You need one of those. They are
Yeah.
handy.
I got a gerbil and a hamster wheel. I think it'll be fine, right?
Yeah, no,
two gerbils. Known brand of, at least like, 700 to 800 watts.
yeah. I was
From
gonna say,
what you're doing in there.
if he's gonna do the SLI, are you still dead set on that?
I'd prefer to, even if I have to disable. I mean, just to cut back rendering times, it'd be nice, honestly.
Yeah, that's true. Then you're gonna wanna definitely
All the
make
power source.
yeah. Because I had a power
Well-
supply for my rig, and it was a piece of shit rig. Like
I do like how PC Power Picker works because it has a compatibility filter.
Oh, nice. So
Yes.
it'll tell you if all your shit's gonna work together.
Yeah, and as soon as you put something down that says, "Hey, your motherboard's out of ports now," it'll flag it at the top and let you
Oh.
know
Very cool.
what's wrong.
Yeah, I think Josh introduced me to that site a few days ago. I don't
I've
know.
known about it for a while. I've been avoiding it because I was told like, yeah, you're gonna spend a stupid amount of money. I know you, so just avoid it.
And you're up to 10 grand now, so.
Dude,
Yeah.
SLI is not required. It may vary from program to program, but at least with Adobe Premiere, I'm reading that SLI doesn't even matter. You can just have the two cards in, and it's going to use both for rendering. You don't have to SLI connect them.
Okay.
All right. So
Bada boom, bada bing.
let's see here. So the 4K is just not a simple click resolution. Son of a bitch. What would a 4K resolution fall under? The highest would be 5760 by 2160. But it doesn't have 4K as its own little.
4K is 4060 or 96 by 2160.
And GTA is supposed to support
There's
that.
only one. There's the LG, and it's 1500 a piece.
Damn.
And I'd want 3 of them, so that's fucking.
You
nuts.
could also try ultra high definition television, which is 3840 by 2160.
Yeah, but if I'm gonna go that big, I might as well just fucking go all out and get 4K, you know.
I'd probably go get a friggin' 4K television. There you go. Let's get yourself a nice 80-inch 4K television.
Well, see, I'd want 3 of them.
I
That's
want
the
them.
problem.
Oh shit! You're gonna do a triple monitor setup too?
Yeah.
Nice.
I
You're
like the
going all
idea.
out,
I like
man.
that idea. I like the idea of being like like you can't be totally immersed like that, but I like the idea of having 3 monitors. It's nice.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. This may be off subject, but wait to see what you thought about possibly moving the show to another night. If only, because I think most of our audience gets cannibalized by other streams.
On
Yeah.
Saturdays, yeah.
Well, my only debate with that is it would have to be Sunday night, and my only other option.
Well, yeah, that's true. Well, see, now if you don't want to do it live, we could. Well, you're getting home at fucking ungodly hours, aren't you?
Yeah, so
Mhm.
I think that's literally my only option.
Mm.
Well, we'll figure something out.
Yeah.
Because I know you do get a lot more of your views afterwards. Just think about like, hey, audience, when do you? Well, actually, you could look at your analytics and see when people are actually viewing you. Because like I noticed a few days after your shit airs, you end up getting like 50 views or more.
Yeah, and that's just standard. Like,
Right.
like nobody watches opening night; they wait.
Right. Yeah, we're the internet version of like fucking DVRing shit. People just fucking put it off
Like,
for days.
they'll be fucking there or whatever.
Yeah.
I'll get bored on Monday and then we'll watch it, and then Tuesday you got the Flash, so it's
But
fine.
hey, at least they're watching the whole thing. Because that's how
you-
views are counted. It's not just by clicking on it; it's by actually viewing a majority of it.
Right.
Yeah.
You've been keeping up with the Flash.
Hell yeah, I have.
It's
That was the
good.
season finale we just got, right?
Nope. It's
Oh, no. Holy
7 more
shit.
episodes. So, yeah. Yeah, there's more crossover with Arrow. Black Canary shows up and tells Cisco that she knows that Barry's the Flash. And she's all like, it's okay. I'm the Black Canary. And he's like, I love you. He's like, I love you.
So wait, Laurel's gonna show up?
Yeah, Laurel will be there. And, there's some good stuff happening on Arrow, too. Apparently, Quentin finds out that Ollie's the Arrow and goes down and shuts him down.
He's gonna try.
Well, I think he blames Ollie for Sarah's death, so, you know.
Well,
Blames Laurel,
justifiably,
too.
he kind of should. Yeah, he kind of should. Like, but that's just gonna return back to the bullshit, that drama that was happening the first season. I think they're just itching to have drama stirring between them again.
Right. But,
then he has all this bullshit going on with fucking
Ra's al Ghul.
Yeah, yes, him.
yeah.
So that's who the fuck is about to die? The mayor just died, right? And then we got Felicity's in the crosshairs of his little buddy.
Mateo. Yeah. Yeah, it's good stuff.
See,
And,
he needs the Flash right now because the Flash would just come in and fuck him up.
Yeah, that's that's the thing. It's like, motherfucker could take shit out in like 2 seconds. They'd be done. But
Yeah,
that'd be
just-
too easy. That'd make for boring television. So,
Yeah, I
Yeah,
like
right.
how what's his name? Fuck, I can't think of the guy's name. The dude Felicity was fucking around with, the guy who bought him.
Ray Palmer.
Yeah, I like
Yeah.
his suit. His suit's fucking awesome.
He's a low rent Iron Man, dude.
Yeah, I know. I know. But at the same time, it's like about damn time that he has the thing running, you know?
Yeah. Apparently, they're going to be doing a spin-off show, another one, with Ray and a few other folks. I think they said
Now,
Deadshot was supposed to be in it too, which means
is he
he
his
survived.
only? Is he his only? Okay, like, does he have his own hero name and shit, or is he just a random guy that made a
Well,
suit?
no, in the comics, he's the Atom, and his power wasn't that at all. He wasn't a guy
Oh,
in a robot suit. But I guess that's the only way they could figure out how to do it on the Arrow, so they went with that. But no, yeah, he's the Atom, who my mom always calls Adamant. I'm like, that's an entirely different character. But yeah. So
No,
well,
Mom, that's not the same character.
right.
God.
I said Adamant's like a musician, Mom, and also she calls Mr. Fantastic. She calls him Stretch Armstrong.
It's the same thing.
yeah, that's not far from the truth. Let's be honest.
Yeah, really. In fact, I think they made a Stretch Armstrong like toy where you could stretch his limbs and shit. So
But yeah, before we hop into the topic list, I just posted in the group chat there. We'll talk about the games we've been gaming.
all right.
I've had relatively a slow week, honestly. I've been sleeping more than I have been gaming, so I've just hopped on DBT a little bit before the show and fucked around on that, finished up a parallel quest and shit like that.
Cool.
What about you, Daryl? What have you been playing?
Saints Row 4, which it's not on the topic list, but I wanted to talk about it really quick.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, some users were reporting that the new PlayStation 4 system update 2.5 was bricking their systems. So I was kind of reluctant to update my system, but I did because couldn't fucking use the online shit that I'm paying for otherwise. So and
Cross
that
your
went without a
fingers,
hitch.
prayed to the digital gods, and
Yeah, and it went without a hitch. So it's got some interesting functionality now. It's got the resume function that they promised, back at the beginning. So I can just put the system into sleep and then immediately come back to where I was in the game, which is cool. But yeah, I did want to say before I get off on to what I've been playing that I kind of recommend holding off on the update until Sony addresses it. It's a handful of posts on the Sony support forums at the moment. So and I don't, from what I can see, nobody's reporting on it. Like none of the usual sites that you'd expect to. So I'm not sure how widespread it is. But the reason I suggest waiting is because Sony's hitting folks with out of warranty, allegedly hitting folks with out of warranty fees to fix it, $149. And apparently they're covered by their terms of service or whatever, their end user license agreement. It absolves them from responsibility for issues related to software.
Yeah.
But that's some bullshit. I mean, if you push an update that is for all intents and purposes mandatory and it bricks people's systems, you need to fix that. So I would wait. I would imagine within a few weeks Sony will push 2.51 or something like that. That'll fix the issues. That said, if you're paying online, I wouldn't blame you if you wanted to go ahead and update it, but just be aware. And there's a kind of a fix going around that's not really reliable, and yeah,
So
hold off.
It's a nice little clusterfuck of shit happening right now.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, and this isn't the first time Sony's pushed an update that's bricked systems. They did the same thing with the PS3, so
it's happened before, so beware.
Yeah, and but as for what I've been playing Saints Row 4 and fucking having a blast with it. I think I'm at about 70% completion at this point and loving it. So.
Oh yeah.
That's about it. Oh, and I've been playing Castle in the Darkness, which is a really great kind of side-scroller Metroid style game. And
Yeah, I'll be honest with Saints Row. I had totally lost interest. I played a couple of the mini games. The one that really lost me was the one where you got to push the ball around and cause destruction and shit.
yeah, that's
That one frustrated
definitely
the
not
hell
my
out of
favorite.
me.
But see,
frustrated the hell out of me and lost me altogether.
the easy way to do that is get relatively close to a bunch of vehicles and people and push it out and then immediately recall it. And then just keep doing that. That's what I've found works real well. So,
Yeah, see, I didn't have that ability yet, so I think that probably.
gotcha. Now, see, I love the insurance fraud minigame. That's fucking. I
Well, that
had
was a
one.
classic from the original too. They just
Nice.
keep on making it even more out there and wild.
Oh yeah, like
Before you could hit yourself at the point where you would send yourself all the way across the map.
that's what I did. I played one I think just yesterday where I had something like a 3 million score going just on one hit. Like, and because what I love doing is you run, jump up really high, and then launch launch the ragdoll, and then kind of direct yourself into a car, and then you can just keep that shit going forever.
Oh yeah, you can do these where you can cartwheels and even get yourself
Mhm.
doing like 90-degree turns. And shit.
Yeah, and
Oh
and,
man, it's
and I
the
think
most fun part of the game for me.
yeah, and the ones I don't like are the vehicular mayhem ones where they'll throw you in like a tank or something and tell you to blow everything up. It's because the vehicle controls on some of the ships, like the alien ships and shit, are just shit, and just
Yeah.
it's tedious as fuck. And I do like the what is it, the Professor Genki's.
Oh yeah, those are fucking insane.
Yeah.
I did not like those actually. Those were kind of frustrating to me.
Well, there's only 3 of them in the game that I'm aware of, and the third one has you running across the map and shit, and that one was a little annoying because I kept getting shot in the face, and it was frustrating. But I've got the bonus perks where I don't take ragdoll damage from getting hit anymore, so I can so I can pretty much get shot in the face and just be like, meh, whatever, shrug it off.
Saints Row 4, the game where you don't need cheats in it because you just get cheats through the actual powers in the game.
Well, yeah, I mean that's the thing. Once you sufficiently, kind of level up your character, you're nigh unstoppable. It's definitely one of those games that the end game it becomes significantly less challenging, and I think they were aware of that when they developed it because there are sections where they'll strip you of your powers and kind of leave you, out to fend for yourself. But no, I'm liking it. I'm liking the humor. I'm liking the choices of music and shit. And this is actually the first Saints Row that I played. I briefly played the first one back in the day, and when I mean briefly, it was like maybe 3 minutes. And
that one's not even near indicative of what the series turned into.
right.
Because even the second one was a drastic change of pace from the first one.
That's cool. Yeah, but like now I'm totally interested in going back and checking them out, especially considering I think Saints Row 3 was the one where they introduced the Nightblade character.
Yep.
And he features in Saint Row 4 a little bit in some of the missions, and I had no idea what the fuck was going on. And in fact, it seems like some of the characters that I'm allied with were enemies in the third.
Yeah. That's through the storyline of the third one and in the intervening time, because I mean, shit, you become president and all. Yeah,
Right.
You would understand more, but it's not missing all too much. There's just
Oh yeah, and that's the thing. I mean, there's a little backstory I'm missing, but
you're missing a lot of inside jokes.
Right. And
have you met the other Kinsey yet?
Yeah.
That's Kinsey from Saints Row 2.
Or no,
Oh,
isn't
yeah.
that Shandi or whatever?
Shandi, yeah.
Shandi, that's what I meant. Shandi,
Yeah,
fuck Kinsey.
Yeah.
Fun Shandi.
Yeah, like, I swear to God, dude, like that was probably like my fucking favorite game out of that entire franchise was Saints Row 2. Like
Right.
Saints Row 3, whenever I played it, I'm like, okay, I know what to expect. It's gonna be just fucking awesome as 2. I go to play it, and they totally changed her character around. Like she's no longer the fun fucking pot stoner. It's just so.
She was practically a juggalo.
Right.
Kinda, and that was my character in Saints Row 2, man. Full on fucking face paint the entire game. It was great, dude. Like.
Nice. Now, see, people have told me that I kind of did myself a favor by playing 4 first, at least in the sense that like it uses the exact same map, or as 3.
Yeah.
Like Steelport is exactly the same.
Yep.
Yeah,
So-
yeah,
You know what, 'cause
minus
it-
the virtual buildings that what's his face destroyed by crushing his hand on dramatically.
Yeah. What's his It was originally meant to be a
Expansion.
DLC for it was originally meant to be an expansion for 3. That's why it uses the same map and a lot of the same assets.
Yeah, and actually, like, Enter the Dominatrix was what it was going to be, and that's part of what you have in the DLC. And if you go into it, it's kind of like a few sketched out missions that they had for that, and quote unquote behind the scenes interviews with the characters in character.
Yeah, they do. I did load it up, and they present it as kind of like a deleted scenes thing where they're talking to. It's cool, and the great thing is, like, the 2 DLC packs that you get with Saints Row 4 on the PS4 all have their own trophies and shit. Oh, and I did want to say another feature that they put in the 2.5 update is you can now delete trophies from your list with 0 completion.
Hell yeah.
So, you can pare that shit down and get rid of shit. Like, I had tons of
that's the same thing that 360's been doing for fucking ever.
Right.
Because that was one thing that bugged the hell out of people. Is like, I put the game in my disc tray, played it for 5 seconds, and then that was it.
And then never played it again, right?
The annoying thing is there are still those trophies and the achievements at the same time, right? There's these ones that you could get a fucking 2-point achievement for watching a fucking intro video.
Right, and that'll keep the game in your list, and that's the same thing. But see, that's Sony for you. I mean, they've never been really an innovator. They've always kind of they've been an iterator rather than an innovator.
Well, they need to do. Hold on, Josh, hold on. What they need to iterate is how to change a goddamn gamer tag. This is bullshit, man. I've been stuck as Frozen Stoner for fucking 4 years. I don't even smoke weed anymore.
And there was rumors that they were going to be introducing that somewhere down the line, but possibly
you can do it in Japan. You can't do it anymore, and that's fine. Just like I'll make it for Xbox, it's $10 to change your name. I'm totally okay with paying money to change my name. Just let me change my fucking name.
Right. Oh fuck! There comes the train again. But yeah. But that's what I've been playing. Castle in the Darkness is real good. It's on the cheap too. You can get it on Steam if you like platformers and games with challenge. It's by Nicalis, so it's got a good pedigree and a lot of old school video game references. Like the first boss you fight is a parody of one of the Bubble Bobble characters, one of the little dinosaurs, and it's good stuff. So.
All the references abound in that game.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I'm pretty sure I fought a Bobo at one point.
Yeah. I know which one you're talking about.
So, Josh, what have you been playing this week?
Oh, Josh, one more thing, dude.
Gooder at Street Fighter 4.
Josh, one more thing, dude. I did get the Falcon.
Oh, the Falcon. It's the best power in the game so far.
Yep. Okay, now go. Sorry.
Other than playing Castle in the Darkness as well. About like 50% of the way through. Just been trying to get gooder at Ultra Street Fighter 4.
Oh, yeah.
And by all accounts, he's succeeding, so.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, he's no longer scrub-like.
I would be. I'm sorry. I didn't grow up playing Street Fighter. Like, I played it with my cousin and shit like that, but I always played Mortal Kombat.
I played this stuff totally casually. Like, I haven't played a Street Fighter since Street Fighter 2, and I played that casually on the Super Nintendo. And it was a steep learning curve at first, but just it wasn't bad.
Once I explain this, you're gonna be like, "Oh, that explains everything." I was a Genesis kid growing up.
Mm-hmm.
So I played Mortal Kombat.
Street Fighter bad touched you, and you don't want to play Street Fighter because of that now.
No, Mortal Kombat was the first fighting game that I played, and that was
right.
That hooked me was that. So I knew all those characters and everything. Like, I still know Ryu and Ken, but Ryu, Ken, Bison, and Blanca. But other than that, I really couldn't go. And Chun-Li.
Oh yeah, God! I was looking at the Ultra roster. Having not played Street Fighter games since really Street Fighter 2. I'm looking at these motherfuckers like, holy shit! Who the fuck is this fat fucker? Oh my God!
That's what I'm saying. Is I don't know a lot of people like in that game. Whereas in Mortal Kombat, I could probably name every character. But with I don't know. See, like even going through the Genesis era, right? I never owned Super Nintendo. I went from the Genesis to the Sega CD to the 32X, and then to the 64.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, right. I know. Yeah, okay. That deserves an apology.
Right. Poor guy.
I don't know. Like, see, I'm one of the people who I won't hate on the 32X just because I had a lot of fun with it growing up. There were a lot
Sure.
of games that I actually like, enjoyed quite a bit.
Hmm. Like,
Sega CD. Well, hold on. Let me explain the Sega CD first. Sega
yeah.
CD. That was not as the same story there. I played Sewer Shark, which was the one they sold with it. That game was trash. Sonic CD was good. Um, then they had another one that I fucking played. I couldn't. It was just some fucking full video boxing game, and I was like, this is fucking
Prize
stupid.
fighter.
Yeah, that's it. And I was done. I couldn't. Like I was.
Yeah.
The Sonic CD. Nothing else did it for me. Um, and then I ended up going back to the Genesis console games and just left that goddamn tumor attached.
Yeah.
And then fucking I got the 32X and I had this game called Tempo.
Yeah.
Just badass little platformer where you run around and collect music notes and shit. I think you were like a fly with headphones on or some shit, but I fucking loved it.
Mhm.
That game was awesome. And I had everybody's classic Doom.
Yeah.
And that was what really sold me on the 32X.
Wasn't a bad version. Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't until years later that I heard about the like it was actually the AVGN video that made me realize that the music difference, and I was like, oh wow,
Yeah.
I never knew. I never knew.
But see, the Super Nintendo had the better music
but the
and
worst quality graphics.
yeah. It wasn't quite
Kudos to them
quite
for
as
getting it to
blurry
run
as
on the
James
Super
made it out
Nintendo.
to be. What's that?
Kudos for them to getting it to run on the PlayStation, or not PlayStation, fucking Super Nintendo.
Right.
And then, well, see, Super Nintendo had its own little, not necessarily a 32X, but it had its own little weird generation flip, right? Where it wasn't just pushing shit in 32 bits anymore. It was more like it was pushing it in like 40 bits. It did its own little transformation. Like you can actually look this up. This is a legit thing. I think it's either the SNES or the NES. I'm not 100% certain which one, but one of them did this weird little transition where about halfway through the console's life cycle, they figured out a way to push more power out of the cards.
Well, what
Yeah,
they
that
did
was
in some cases was the
like
Super
there's
FX
Super
chip.
FX chip. There was Capcom's chip that they put on Mega Man X and Mega Man X2.
Yeah,
They added additional processing chips and RAM chips to
Right.
the cards.
the cards
themselves.
And
themselves.
they did that sparingly on the old the NES as well, but like Castlevania 3 had a special chip that allowed them to. I think it added like 2 more channels to the music, which
That
is why
was
Castlevania 3.
That was actually the Super Famicom version.
No,
I mean, the
Castlevania 3.
Famicom. The Famicom version, not the Nintendo version.
Right.
They had to
That's
power
what.
it down.
But that's what I'm saying. Like these things didn't actually come out of Japan for the most part. Like the if you go and listen to the soundtracks for Castlevania 3 and the U.S. version and the Japanese version, I mean, you'd be amazed at the games doing the Japanese music. I mean, it's good. It's good stuff, and makes the NES version sound like crap by comparison. But yeah, they see that was the thing what they could do with cartridges. They could add additional chips that kind of gave it a little bit more. Like the Super FX chip was responsible for Star Fox and whatnot.
Before the inevitable comment from some future viewer, Castlevania 3 was actually on the disk system for Famicom, and that's why it had the additional things in it.
Let's see.
Google.
Yeah.
I forget the other few games. There was a couple other few games that had to be retooled and
Come
a couple
on.
things cut out just
Yeah,
because
it was the Super XX, the
anymore.
Super XF chip. That was what I was referring to about the
FX,
cards,
yeah.
becoming better over time, which was strange because it didn't require a hardware update. It just required the consoles to use this different chip instead.
Right.
But other than so I had a really fucked up childhood as far as gaming goes.
I gotta say.
I gotta say, it really wasn't until like the N64 where it really fucking hooked me. I was like, yeah, this is a thing I will do forever.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
No, I'm wrong. You're right. I was
It's the
thinking
VRC6 chip.
Yeah, I was thinking of a different game.
But you are right. There were games that came out on the like Zelda 2 came out on the Famicom Disk System and had, I believe, better music and certain effects. were or changed between the Japanese and American versions and
Mm-hmm.
whatnot. But yeah, Rye, you know, see, when I was a kid, I was lucky enough to live with in a neighborhood where, like, you know, you could go down the street and play, you know, Sega Master System, and then
And see,
you know.
I had a buddy, dude who lives across the street. He was one of my best fucking friends.
Mhm.
He had a Super Nintendo, so it was one of the things where
See,
if
that
we
was
got
the
bored
best.
playing the Genesis, we'd go across the street and play a Super Nintendo.
That
Right,
was
right.
the best when you had friends with differing consoles.
Yeah, see, and we'd all talk shit on, you know, like, you know, we'd sit there, you know, on the playground and fucking argue which system was better. But when it came
Now,
down to it,
at least I
we
could
didn't
say
care.
that
We'd go play.
at
You
least
know.
I could say I had the foresight to not get a Saturn.
Well, see, and the Saturn was great for 2D games. Like, it had some really like
Wasn't even bad for what it
X-Men versus
was.
Street Fighter came out for it, and I imported the cartridge. You know, the little Game Shark that would allow you to. It was a Game Shark slash Form-A gram cart, and I ended up spending like $80 on that, and just the game, the X-Men versus Street Fighter, and it was like one of the best investments I made. Fucking loved it. I was like, all the money I saved not playing the arcade version.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
next
really,
generation-
actually, legit.
But that next generation, it was fucking. I remember that fucking Christmas morning still waking up and fucking playing Super Mario Brothers or Super Mario World. No, sorry, Super Mario 64. What the fuck? Have my parents sitting on the couch behind me, my sister's back there and everything, and them wanting me to stop and read every sign. It was like, oh my god, just let me get in the fucking castle. Like, just.
Yeah. Back off.
But yeah, that was, and then fucking like the exploration of trying to figure out how to beat the Bob-omb King and shit like that,
Mm-hmm.
and trying to figure out why there was a beam of sunlight shooting through the ceiling in the main lobby.
Right.
But just to find out, you have to look up into it to go to the red cap stage and shit.
Yeah, which was one
Go
of
ahead.
the stages I didn't bother completing because I hated the flying controls.
Oh, I did too. It was
Straight
terrible.
up.
They were terrible on that fucking controller. They really were.
Yeah, I never. And there's a certain trick to it. It was kind of like they took the cape controls from Super Mario World and translated it into 3D, but it was hard to wrap my head around when I was a kid.
Yeah, it was no, dude. It was just bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think they made it better with the DS release of Super Mario 64, but I haven't played that much. So
Which it was a good version, but it was kind of hamstrung by the fact that the system didn't have an analog stick.
yeah,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
You could
I
use
agree.
the. Huh?
I said I agree.
Yeah. Well, the system came with a strap that you could with a little nub that you can, you know, attach to your thumb, and it was supposed to kind of simulate an analog stick, but that shit didn't work because you had no real feedback. Like,
It ultimately sounds kind of derpy.
yeah, right. Slide your thumb in there, and oh yeah. But no, it didn't work well at all, and that's one of those games I was kind of hoping they'd kind of spruce up and port to the 3DS. If only
Yeah.
because now they've got a fucking proper analog stick. So, but
yeah.
analog nub or whatever you want to call it.
And it would be nice with the C stick having a free cam instead of the C button cam, which
Mhm.
really got in the way and were quite annoying sometimes as well. So
But you know, for one of the kind of first 3D games of its type, the camera was surprisingly decent. You know, I mean,
yeah,
they didn't nail it.
It could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, that
because it was controlled by a dude in the cloud.
right,
Yeah.
right.
Lackitude.
I mean, they hired a cameraman. That's how you get that shit done right.
Yeah, it was lackitude, man. Come on, fucking.
Okay,
couldn't even kill you properly.
We've got somebody who wants in. Zan Denki.
Bring him in.
He's on another stream.
Oh, okay. Well, he can just join later then.
Yeah, let me.
It's an
Oh,
open
wow.
door.
It's a revolving door of nonsense. Anyway.
Right.
Weekly grind, the revolving door of nonsense.
We just thought of a tagline. Anyway.
Right.
Should we start hitting topics? I mean, we've already burned away 40 minutes of the episode, so.
Go for it.
All right. Now, a lot of these topics are one-offs. I already knew that kind of going into this, so.
Yeah, it's been a little bit of a slower week, but there's things to talk about.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and hit it right off the top of the head, just because it's one of my favorite franchises, and it's depressing to see this, but at the same time, I'd rather it be delayed than it be less than what it could be. So, earlier this week, I cannot pronounce the gentleman's name, so I will refrain from doing so. I think it's Toriyama, might be it.
What's that?
The guy who makes Legend of Zelda, the producer.
Oh, no.
E.G.
Aonuma?
Anuma.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, Legend of Zelda producer released a press statement saying that releasing Legend of Zelda or Zelda Wii U, it's obviously a working title, is not a priority to make it a 2015 launch. That they were kept coming up with new ideas and new ideas and new ideas, and they'd rather flesh out these new ideas than to force it out by the year end. So it's looking like it's going to be delayed. They haven't said for sure that it will be delayed, but they're no longer aiming for the 2015 window. It's not a priority to them anymore.
That's
and
that's a
they're
bummer.
not showing off anything at E3 either.
Really?
The spokesperson says, yeah, no plans to show off. Yeah, okay, yeah.
That's a bummer. But you know what? Miyamoto always said.
Well, you got to remember though, this is going to be
game.
Nintendo market speak, and they could be like, yeah, we're not going to show anything off at E3, but we'll do a Nintendo Direct all about it.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing. Their E3 presence for the last couple of years has pretty much just been Nintendo.
We'll have some
Direct.
games, yeah, and all that. When they go, they'll have the Treehouse or some games set up to play. But as far as them being there and on stage,
Right.
no.
Yeah, really. I mean, I think with Nintendo Direct, they don't need these conventions anymore to show shit.
Yeah. Like they're on their own now, and they're
And the
fine.
increasing aggressiveness of the press, why would you want to?
Yeah. But other than that, we've been over this motto. It feels like fucking a lot lately, with games being delayed left and right. A good game or a bad game is bad forever. A delayed game is bad once.
Right.
Yeah, people are kind of disappointed at that,
Delayed game
as
is
long
bad
as it's
forever.
delayed. But yeah,
Right.
your bad game is there as shit forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Granted, this is the day and age where updates are a thing, and you could patch things in slowly over time. But
Well, there's times where like
They never do.
you
Yeah.
can never make some games
Right. And in this case,
crap is what some of them are. So yeah.
But
it looks like they're
the way that they were
like-
making it sound was that
Yeah,
there's things that they
several
wanted to add
possibilities.
in. Yes, exactly. And it
Right.
makes me think that they're almost going like, and NPCs will actually have useful things to say.
Right.
So because a lot of people are like, oh man, they should so take some tones from Zelda 2 and everything like that. Like as long as they don't take a leveling system, I'm fine.
Right. They turn it into Zelda 2 3D.
Yeah. Like I don't want a leveling system for this. This is not. No, they've firmly
I'd
established.
rather them take the time to iterate, that's for sure, instead of like going a yearly route with like some people want to do with their franchises.
Yeah.
Right.
So I don't know. Like it bums me out a bit, especially with Nintendo on the verge of this NX thing. I'm really weary that they're going to just scrap it.
I don't know that they're really on the verge, though. I mean, because you can rest assured, right, that
This is still
both Microsoft
years
and
away.
Sony, they're making their next systems as well. I'm sure.
If you aren't
yeah.
working on your next system by the
actually,
time your
actually-
console's already out, then
I don't know.
Right.
I don't know if it's on the topic list, but I did catch this. Yeah, it's not there. I did catch this flipping through articles and looking for topics today. Twitch expects that Sony and Microsoft will have a new console out within the next 4 or 5 years. And I'm sitting here and I'm like, that seems a little bit quick, but that's about 7 years if you go by the 5-year mark.
yeah,
Right.
it's
And that
it's
makes
kind of like a
sense.
duh.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
one of
I
those. I'm with Josh on that. That seems like one of those no-brainers. It's like saying the sun will come up tomorrow.
Yeah,
Like,
that makes sense for that. Like honestly,
right. But
don't get me wrong. Like they expected this life cycle of consoles to last 10 years, but let's be totally honest here.
right.
Unless these things were they brought these things out and they were pushing top-notch PC specs, they're not going to last 10 years.
Right. And in terms of Nintendo, they kind of don't have a choice. I mean, the Wii U, we discussed that, it's mostly a branding failure and whatnot, and
Yeah.
so they've had their time kicked up a
I'll
notch.
even admit, the first year they debuted this thing, I originally thought the Wii U was the gamepad.
Yeah, a lot of people did.
And then once
that was a big that was a big misnomer.
The only reason why I figured this out, like the fact that I did it, because I spent so much time on games media sites and shit like that.
Mhm.
I was able to figure out, oh, okay, it's a whole new console.
Right.
Yeah, there was a lot of people who just thought it was a something you got for your Wii.
Yeah,
Right. And
because let's be honest, they were heavy with peripherals with the Wii as well.
Right. And that's the thing. So I think you will see a new system from Nintendo within the next 2-3 years for sure. Like, if even that long. But as you know, I don't think I think they need Zelda now. You know, like to keep them, you know, as kind of a stopgap thing. You know.
No, I don't know. Explain it to me.
Well, I don't think they can rest on their laurels or whatever. I don't think they can delay that game. I think, you know, with I mean, who knows? Maybe this fucking mobile push will turn out to you know, be a boon. But you know, I really think they need that game out there. They what else do they have this year? Splatoon, which looks great.
Splatoon and Xenochronicles X.
Okay, yeah. Well, they've got a couple.
Yeah, that one will be good. I wish they would bring Fatal Frame over here, but they're not.
Fatal Frame would be great on that gamepad, man. Holy shit.
Right. But in terms of, like, I don't think they'll delay it for the next system. I mean, they feasibly could, just to have something big, you know, to launch with.
Yeah.
But
because arguably,
Yoshi's Woolly World.
Zelda is probably one of their biggest franchises.
Yeah, Zelda and Mario for sure.
Yeah. Like it's kind of a toss-up onto which one would probably move more consoles. I'd love to know the analytics on that. If somebody could pull up the numbers, that'd be great.
Analytics of which?
To figure out what you know, character moved more consoles, Mario or Zelda.
Oh yeah. Speaking of 2015 Wii releases, we're still getting Star Fox.
Oh yeah, well that's still in the pipeline. We haven't seen anything from that other than what they showed off. Was last year.
They still have it for 2015 though, and Yoshi's Woolly World, which looks like a Yoshi's Island kind of.
I love it.
I'll be honest, I'm more excited for Splatoon than either one of those. So.
Oh no, I'm as a huge platforming fan, and I liked Kirby's Epic Yarn. It was way easy. It was like baby's first platformer, but in terms of like aesthetics and shit, it was awesome. And I'd like to see that applied to an HD world where they can kind of, you know, better realize that style, and it looks like it plays a lot like Yoshi's Island, which is always a good thing. And so yeah, I'm excited about that. Splatoon though, I'm excited about the multiplayer possibilities for that.
So I just looked this up because I'd seen somebody tweet about it earlier. This is from iDigital Times, so take it, I don't know, however they do this shit, I don't know. Apparently the Nintendo confirms Netflix Zelda show isn't real.
Yeah, and I think we were kind of, when we discussed that, we were kind of the same mind.
Yeah, wary of that rumor and kind of crossing our fingers that it wouldn't even be true. Like,
I was kind of hoping it would be, but at the same time, it had a lot of worry because, like me and Daryl were talking about the night we talked about the show, you'd be giving a voice to a character who has essentially, you know, been you the entire time, so it doesn't really correspond well.
Game of Thrones, but for the family, sounded like the most retarded ass elevator pitch for that show ever. That couldn't have been a thing. No.
Right. Yeah, it sounded pretty ridiculous on the face of it, which is why I think we were real skeptical about it, because it sounded like somebody's wish fulfillment, like rather than being real, just something that the fans wanted. And when the webs, anytime you read an article that say sources said and doesn't really go into,
who the sources are,
right, or at least where
sources,
the sources are coming from.
Yeah.
We need to know kind of where your sources are coming from, if not your source itself. Why would they be in the position to know? And you don't establish that at all. So, I was inclined to take it with a heaping mound of salt from the beginning, and I'm not at all surprised to find out that it wasn't really a thing.
Yeah. Again, it would have been kind of cool to see that done, and then with an actual budget behind it and everything. But
sure.
It pleases me that we're not going to have a voice for a voiceless character.
Right. And it's one of those things that just I don't know. I'd rather see an animated series, even if it was, a CGI animated series at this point. I don't think it really lends itself well to live action anyway.
No.
Just, I mean,
Like we've already seen that with the art style and everything. Like
right.
they tried with Twilight Princess to go back to the realistic art style, and that wasn't until I think Skyward Sword everyone looked back at Wind Waker and goes, that wasn't a bad idea.
Right, right. I know that it's the Nintendo cycle or the Zelda cycle for you. They'll show off some footage, people poo-poo on it, and then they'll play the game and be kind of ambivalent, and then years later, it's the best game ever.
Yeah, they all look back and go, after playing Skyward Sword, and they look back and go, fuck, the hell do we do?
But yeah, in terms of going back to the Zelda's delay, though, I mean, I think if it really is to give them the opportunity to kind of implement some new ideas and stuff, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I'm all for it. Honestly, whenever I read it, I was like, oh, that's kind of depressing. But at the same time, I'd rather it be what it can, like, the absolute best it could be, than it come out and be flawed in some way, or at least not as good as it possibly could.
Right.
So.
Well, like, look at Wind Waker. That game was, I mean, it's as great as it is. It was rushed to launch. That's why it kind of felt short, and why the end game was you basically, sailing around looking for Triforce pieces.
Oh, I'm sorry. End game. That was pretty much the whole fucking game.
Well, yeah. I mean, they kind of fixed that in Wind Waker HD.
No,
but
all
yeah,
they did to fix it was give you a faster sale. Fuck you, dude. The game was great.
They fixed it.
No. Fuck you. That game was great, but
no, they did fix it though. It what took you hours upon hours before. It's a shorter experience or a short. It doesn't take anywhere near as long to do, and it wasn't. It's like. Oh shit! It's been a while since I played it, but yeah, they did fix it. It's still broken, yeah, but it's not as broken. But yeah, but you got to admit that was the result of them rushing the game out. Like, it was rumored it was supposed to have a couple more dungeons and shit, and because I mean, it had way too few by comparison to other Zelda games. Like, they established a certain number, and then Wind Waker came out, and it was clear that they had kind of rushed the game, so they padded it out at the end with the Triforce hunt and everything, and to kind of make up for the lack of dungeons and shit. And I don't want to see that happen again, because Wind Waker was great, but imagine how much better it could have been.
This thing is shaping up to be fucking amazing. So
yeah. And yeah, that's the thing. I'd rather them take the time they need to and give us a really great game than rush it out just because fans are antsy. So.
And Rye, you wanted to know something about franchises pushing Wii's?
Yeah.
I can tell you the sales figures. Okay, just going to VG charts for the Wii U listings.
But was it
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6?
But Rye, were you looking for specifically Wii U though, or just Nintendo in general?
Nintendo in general.
If we're going off just what the Wii U, let's just say the top 6 game sellers on Wii U right now are Mario games or Mario.
Well, I figured that because they're also.
So let's go. So we'll go look back at some other platforms.
All right, let's move on to the next topic. You can just get back to me with that in a minute. We touched on this last week, so let's go ahead and finish this one off and scrape it off the list. IGN had made a timeline over all the drama that's been going on with Kojima and
drama.
This just kind of made me chuckle whenever I see it. I was like, "Are you fucking serious? Like, this gets its damn timeline? Like, holy shit!"
Yeah, the drama llama's out in full force, huh?
Yeah, even their tagline to the article is a whole lot of drama. Like, really? Because I'm pretty sure we've been engulfed in like an 8 month, 10 month fucking no, it's more like 7 months of the solid drama.
It's going on 8, yeah.
Yeah, like 8 months of solid drama over here. You want to fucking report on this, you son of a bitch?
Yeah, calling that drama is like, I can't even think of an analogy dumb enough to encompass.
Yeah, dude, like, I gotta feel you. But yeah, I read through the whole thing, and they still don't know solidly whether or not Kojima is done with Konami after this or not. It makes sense for him to be done, but there's no it's still up in the air, which is really stupid.
I'm just hoping
Kojima's-
Silent Hills doesn't.
There's no reason for that to be off the books. I think there's a specific reason why they didn't even address that within the press releases. There's no better time, and I think what's happening is just Kojima is, and who knows, there might have been a little drama within these talks, but I think ultimately Kojima is wanting to spin off into his own more independently run Kojima Productions, and
Yeah,
it will
because
be free
he's been
to work.
flying that flag. And he has his own engine, dude. Like, come on, the Fox engine. Like, he built that damn thing. Well, I don't know.
I read the whole article about that shit. Yeah, he's like Kojima's his own fucking brand and shit.
Yeah.
And that's another reason why like they could have a reason why they took off. I'm not saying this is confirmed. This is just my speculation. Why Konami took off a Hideo Kojima game from what's going to be their property. Their property continues to be Metal Gear. They're making Metal Gear into the future. Is so he can assert his own brand with his own name, with his own studio later on. It doesn't have to be tied to another company's product. They assert their titles, on their copyright, their ownership on Metal Gear. He gets to be his own brand elsewhere. And he can work with Konami in the future. He can work with anybody else he wants in the future. He can go fucking make movies. He can be his weird little awesome.
I think it said somewhere in this that he would work as a consultant.
Yeah, he's still
there you go.
He's still signed as a consultant for like a year or two now. Like he's just off the executive board, and you don't have to be on the executive board of fucking Konami to be a director on Silent Hills still.
No, I think what the more thing the bigger thing is that I think that Metal Gear fans would still want him attached to that franchise and stuff.
Dude, just let him go. He wanted to go away from that so long ago.
He wanted to be done after 3, but people fucking forced him back into 4.
Didn't
He was
see
afraid
that?
of his life. He
Yeah.
received death threats until he got back on Metal Gear 4. Just let him rest off the series. Let him make new things.
Like, for crying out loud, let them milk some fucking movies out of that franchise and let it die. Oh,
Let him make his
Zone
own another Zone of the Enders like he wants to.
You didn't catch that, did you? Let's let them milk that franchise until it dies. Oh wait, did I say it out loud? Sorry.
You say that like it hasn't already happened.
Right. Well, and that's pretty much any
No.
franchise.
What do you mean, Twin Snakes? Fucking Peace Walker? Fucking
Peace Walker was
Special Ops
fun.
Portable? Fucking this Peace Walker was the shit. I'm not even gonna lie. But you got the card game too. They didn't do a fucking card game of that shit.
Yeah,
Acid.
yeah.
Yeah.
2 of them actually, didn't they?
Yeah, Acid 1 and 2. What I hear, I haven't played them personally, but I heard for what they are fun.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
one of those from left field, like Metal Gear card game. Okay.
It's Yu-Gi-Oh! With
No,
Solid
you fucked it
Snake.
up. It's Metal Gear card game. Okay.
All right.
All right, enough of the racist puns. Let's move on.
Racist puns. Where was I? Oh shit.
You faded out. You blacked out for a second. I thought you said
Well,
you were
I was-
drinking tonight.
I was reading. I was reading the next story, which is about easy fatalities. But the thing, I don't give a shit about that. You guys can talk about that. But I did want to talk about the little thing kind of thrown out at the end there about Goro not just being a pre-order bonus, as we expected. He'll be. You can buy
him for yeah.
Yeah.
Now I do want to talk about this because I wanted the deal to be on tonight.
Yeah.
He's our little fighting game buddy, and I really wanted his take on this. Because it's not like they're getting rid of, like, it's one of the things where you can, like, use all the fatalities off rip if you're good at, button combos.
Sure.
But as time goes on, you will unlock the availability to do quick fatalities for every fatality.
Yeah.
So,
I don't see it as a big deal unless you're
No.
like a friggin' Mortal Kombat fatality snob or something.
Yeah,
And you're like,
and-
I can't believe these noobs get to do fatalities. This is
Right.
It's
yeah.
And it's only fatalities. It's only fatalities. If you won,
It's not like they're making, like, oh, well, you can do a full fucking 42-hit combo by pressing
Right.
the trigger. Like,
exactly. If you've won the match, then it really doesn't matter at that point. You know what I mean?
it's just showy. Like, that's
Right.
all it is.
You were good enough to win. Then yeah, like
Let me
who
murder
cares?
this fucker, please. Just let me rip his heart out and eat it. This is great. Like,
Yeah.
You said those are unlocked. You don't get those even right off the bat.
You get 3 of them off the bat. I'm imagining that's 3 for each character off rip, and then I believe it says there will be places in the game where more can be unlocked.
Right.
So I imagine that over time you will unlock more.
See, my interpretation is just 3 characters, like probably like Liu Kang and a couple other guys will have
Yeah,
their.
maybe.
Yeah.
It'll probably be like the fan favorites, like Scorpion, Sub-Zero, and Liu Kang.
Right. If Liu Kang's in there, is he?
Yeah, he's confirmed. Liu Kang's been confirmed.
How?
I think he's more confirmed for the multiplayer. I don't know that he's confirmed
Okay.
for the story.
Yeah, I gotcha. Yeah, that's most probably.
We'll have to wait to see what the story actually
Because I was going to say, wasn't he burned to death at the end?
Yeah, so that's what I felt the same way. Because I told somebody I worked with, like, yeah, Liu Kang's not going to be in it, man. Raiden fries his ass at the end of 9. Like, so Liu Kang will not be in this new one.
Right.
And that same, like, maybe not the same day, but like the day or 2 after, I was like, eating my words now.
Yep. Yeah. Wasn't he dead? But yeah. So
They used to
it also says just below the Goro thing that Liu Kang's variations were shown off as well in the stream that they've been doing. So
yeah.
Liu Kang's confirmed, and yeah.
Yep.
You verified it.
And I'm sure if the story mode is anything like MK, 9 or whatever you want to call it, it'll be cool. Cheesy but fun.
Yeah.
And I guess Quan Chi's in there. Is Shinnok going to be playable?
Yep, Shinnok's in it. Yep.
All right. So I wonder if we're going to get a bit of the Mortal Kombat 4 story in this. Like a variation on it.
That seems like what they're leading up to is Shinnok being in it. Like, honestly, it does. Shao Kahn hasn't been announced yet, so...
All right.
Unless they're waiting for, like... Because they still have weeks until this game comes out, so let's be honest, they could pump out fucking another character every day, and...
Right.
Because they're just waiting on the
Smash
game to go
Dojo
gold right now. Yeah, they're just waiting on the game to go gold right now, so...
Yeah, I'm eager to give it a try. I'm not really keen on like the Mortal Kombat series traditional kind of stiffness, like their animation. They really need to loosen that shit up a bit. Like,
and see, honestly, I'm probably one of the few people out there as far as Mortal Kombat fans that'll go, or Mortal Kombat fans that'll tell you that Deceptions was my all-time favorite.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, a lot of people.
Really?
A lot of people bastardized Deadly Alliance, Deceptions, and I think it's Armageddon, strictly because it has that third dimension.
Yeah. Well, my only problem with it was that Mortal Kombat's a little too stiff for that kind of play. Like, you know, they tried to make it into a version of kind of like Soul Calibur in a way, and just doesn't really lend itself to that. But they weren't terrible games or anything, just not the ones I tend to go back to.
It's one of the things where I don't know if you remember the Crypt. Yeah, dude, I had everything unlocked on the Crypt for Deceptions. I lost my memory and unlocked it all again.
That's hardcore.
Oh shit!
Like Deceptions was my
hardcore,
shit,
son.
Man. Like I'm talking, I had every special move for Shujinko. I had every every little piece of art asset bullshit that you could get from the Crypt. I unlocked it all twice.
You're insane.
I love that fucking game.
I couldn't be bothered with that shit, but I did play a lot of.
But trust me, I went through a nice little rage moment whenever I lost it all. Right, I was flipped the fuck out. I broke a couple of controllers. Like I was pissed, dude.
Oh hey, did you guys know there's a Dead Rising movie? Yeah.
Do you know who the director is, or am I having to Google this shit?
If you have Crackle
Or is
on one of
there?
your systems, it's free on there. And,
It's like out.
Yeah, it's out. It's already out, and
Dead Rising Watchtower.
Yeah. Yeah, they got
Zach Lifofsky.
I've
done before.
never heard. I mean, I saw a preview for it, and it looked goofy. I mean, it looks totally tongue-in-cheek, which is actually appropriate for Dead Rising, I think. But
This dude directed a recent Leprechaun movie.
Well, let that set the tone, right?
And a few TV movies.
But I'm going to be watching this evening, and I will let you guys know.
Oh god damn it! Let us know if we should riff this shit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna Google something real fast because I might have another little one-off we can talk about real fast as well.
Yeah, and it's free, Josh, on Crackle.
Fucking
So-
Crackle.
Yeah.
That name.
I know, right? I do like the candy bar of the same name. But yeah, Dead Rising Watchtower. The preview I saw was goofy. The guy they got to play.
So
Frank
it's only a
West is-
rumor right now.
What's up?
But Arkham Remastered.
Oh, really?
Yeah, this is apparently just a rumor. There's nothing solid to go on yet. It's a rumored collection to feature the remastered versions of Arkham Asylum and Arkham City.
Oh,
No Origins and packaged in that though. So
toss the link in. I want to check that out.
I
wouldn't mind, man.
Right now. I Google it. I imagine if you Google it and check out some other links, you probably find some better.
Yeah. Yeah, but what are they calling it? Arkham
Remastered.
Yeah, I mean, would you guys be surprised at this point?
No, honestly, and it'd be cool to.
And I think there's people who'd want it.
Yeah, because let's be honest, Arkham Knight looks fucking like just graphically fucking amazing.
Yeah.
And I think it'll really if you haven't played Arkham City or Arkham Asylum at this point, this will be your chance to go back and play it.
Right, right.
Because here's the thing,
a lot of people got rid of their old consoles from up too, so.
Exactly. I've seen a lot of places starting to decry these remaster and HD versions of things, and here's the thing. Some companies tried it out, and it was successful. And it made them money, and people wanted it. So more companies are doing it, and the same companies who did it before are doing it more. So imagine that. If there's a market for it, go ahead and let it go.
Exactly, and people tend to think that just because they might have played something that everyone, had to have.
Bingo. And
it's like, no, because like there are markets that, there is a segment of the market that didn't get to try these games, and if you drop this into a collection for $60, two great games,
just don't do the Silent Hill route and totally.
Here's my point. Okay, Arkham City was fucking amazing. Arkham Asylum, a lot of it was stiff. You were pretty much moving from room to room, taking down thugs, and moving to the next room. It wasn't a bad thing, but it was one of the things I went back to Asylum after playing City.
Right.
Because I wanted to know the first part of the story. Now, how many people will play Arkham Knight that have never played City or Asylum and want to feel know the rest of the lore of this Batman universe?
Right. And that's the thing. I mean, these remasters, like you guys were saying, they sell. They're made because they sell. And not everybody has played the same games I have, so I can't see myself getting upset about it. And in fact, I would be inclined, because I never really completed either of those games. I mean, I played through a substantial chunk of them, but I wouldn't mind grabbing them 1080p, 60 frames per second performance and shit. Fuck it, why not? So yeah.
Just tell me you didn't complete these games. How are we friends?
No. I rarely complete games, man. I mean, I was telling Josh earlier, man. He was taking a look at my PlayStation 3 list, and
okay, if somebody in the comments could let me know how exactly Daryl and I are friends, that'd be great.
Sometimes I wonder. No, but
I
no,
don't
that's
know
the thing.
you anymore.
It's one of those things where I was buying games, and it's the problem that a lot of people have with Steam, where they'll get a bunch of games on the cheap and then never play any of them because it's just like fucking overwhelming,
Yeah.
And those were I think they were giving them away on PlayStation Plus, and so it was one of those things where they just got lost in the shuffle,
They're definitely worth going back and trying, dude. If you haven't completed them, I'd do it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I'd recommend City over Asylum just because how much more freedom you have in City.
No, I definitely agree. That was my impression when playing them as well. It's like, City was this big open world where you can fuck around and really kind of like let loose as Batman, and whereas Asylum felt more kind of like a Metroid style,
Yeah, it was you were tied into places and shit. It wasn't bad or by any means, but it just wasn't as good.
Right.
And then that's where what was it, Arkham Knight, this new one coming out? Fucking.
There's
if one it looks like they're giving you full reign over Gotham this time.
Right, and there's a tie-in comic that's actually pretty interesting, man.
And I'm sorry to interrupt you, but you also get
no worries.
What is it? You get the Batmobile.
Yeah, I was waiting for you to spit it out, man.
I don't know why I had such a hard time with that, but yeah, you have access to the Batmobile in this new one as well. So.
Right. I'm just and see, my concern at first was that they were gonna require it, like have missions, and I'm sure there are missions, built around it and stuff. But for the most part, it looks totally optional. Like it looks like you can go through most of the game without really having to use it, which is cool, because the thing about Arkham City that was so great was the freedom of being able to, go about what you needed to do any way you wanted to do it, So, and it just looks like the Batmobile is an extension of that. You'll have that option, but
You're
outside
not
of a
forced,
couple
yeah.
missions, you won't be forced to use it, which is
At the same time, though, why would you feel like you were forced?
well. There are some games that do that. Like they'll give you something and kind of position it as optional, but if you really want to progress, you have to use this thing. So
Well, yeah.
it's the illusion of freedom where there is none, and in, like I said, in Arkham City, that isn't just an illusion. You have the freedom to go about your missions whatever way you really want to, and that's what I loved, and I'm glad to see that it looks like they're sticking to that here. Like, you've got this badass fucking car that converts into a fucking tank,
But yeah, dude.
but you're not
well,
tied down to it.
And honestly, I feel like that's why they have the M rating on it, is because you have that fucking Gatling gun. Like, even though they've come out and said, like, oh yeah, it's rubber bullets, how many kids will play this game and not think about, oh yeah, it's rubber
Right.
bullets?
And apparently the story is. I mean, if the tie-in comic is any indication, the story's gonna go to a pretty dark place.
That's good. Like, it needs to, honestly. From what they're evacuating the whole city, which bums me out once again that we're having a totally empty city with nothing but thugs running around in it. But
Right.
whatever.
But
That was my big thing with Origins. Was like, holy shit, hell yeah, they're gonna have civilians and other cops and shit running around and trying to do things. And then it comes out and it's like, oh yeah, like right the opening scene, it's like, oh yeah, guys, it's Christmas Eve. Make sure everybody's in at this time. What?
Yeah.
What?
But the great thing is, like, I'm reading the comic, right? And spoilers: Joker is 100% dead.
Yeah,
They
he is.
perform an autopsy on him and cremate his corpse. So,
Yeah, he's dead.
so
What it is he's dead in this universe.
right. The mystery is going to be who the Arkham Knight is.
Yeah.
And-
I gotta. Could they? Do you think they could bring him back?
No.
Well,
Not if
like
they
it's
cremated
one of the
him.
things. Well, they got rid of the Lazarus Pit too, so that's not even really an option.
Yeah, and like I said, they totally cremated his body, so there's nothing to put in the
But
Lazarus pit.
I don't mean bring like that Joker back.
Oh.
But that could fill that gap.
Oh, I'm sure there are, but
'Cause they have the pre-order thing for GameStop where you play as the Red Hood.
yeah,
Red Hood, as we all know, is the character who becomes the Joker.
right.
Now, is there a chance that we could see maybe a Joker rebirth?
I don't know. It depends. I think.
Ooh, that's dangerous territory.
Yeah. I don't think they're going to go there. I think, like I said, the central mystery is going to be finding out who the Arkham Knight is. And in the comic, he's portrayed as somebody who isn't just like he wants to kill Batman. He's out to kill
Yeah.
Batman, but he also takes out criminals too.
Yeah,
And as we've seen in the trailers, he wears a suit that's very reminiscent of Batman's suit. So
just a lot heavier tech.
I'm thinking Damian Wayne. This
I'm wondering because after this game, Rocksteady's already gone on record to say this is our last Batman game. We already know Warner Brothers is not going to have the same tone. They're
Right.
going to continue this franchise without Rocksteady.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, no doubt.
most likely, yeah. I
I'm
would be
just
surprised.
wondering where they'd go because you already got rid of the arch villain of Batman, like
Right.
with the Joker. So are they gonna force Dark Knight into being that next arch villain and
Well,
not
see,
to
at
truly take him down in this next game? Or
I don't know. At one point, it was rumored they were going to go back to the past and have the next game be a Justice League game, in a sense, where and of course, Arkham City came out and it wasn't that, and then Arkham Origins came out and wasn't that. So, I don't know if there was any weight to that rumor, but that is a direction they could take it into. Take it back to the past and just still have Joker, I guess. But I don't know. I guess that's to be seen, right?
They'll take it way back to Adam West Batman.
Right. Yeah.
But I
One
don't
of
know.
your missions will be finding shark repellent.
But I don't know. Like I'm anxious to see what they decide to go and do with it.
Yeah. And that's the thing. Was that game delayed as well?
No, it was delayed, but it was only delayed till the end of June, which was already set for
okay.
June 2nd release, and they just
Nice.
delayed it till June 22nd instead.
Okay, good. Yeah, because I'm really looking forward to that. And,
I think that was more of a move the release date back a touch to get out of the way from anything else that could possibly interrupt it.
right, which is weird because I think at this point that series has enough clout to kind of
Force everything else out.
right. I mean, short of releasing a fucking
But at the same
Modern
time, you
Warfare
gotta look
game at
at
that time or something.
what else is coming out around there. People are still going to be tied into The Witcher because it comes out a month before.
Right.
So it's one of the things where you're going to have people who are still dedicated to that game, to Witcher, trying to now jump Batman, and I don't know. See, I think that has something to do with it too. That they were not trying to bully people and giving them time to possibly finish other games.
Right,
No bully.
right. But I think at this point, though, yeah.
Because they haven't said exactly why. Like, let's be honest, you're not going to get a whole lot of polishing done in a month, so it can't be a polishing.
Well,
delay.
you can optimize the code.
Yeah.
There's never enough time to optimize code.
Well, no, I'm saying, like, even then, though, have you seen the gameplay clips to this game, right?
I have not actually.
Oh my God, look them up, dude. This game, I swear to God, this game could come out tomorrow. It would be fine. Like, so I don't understand why they want all this time.
You don't know. There could be a lot of back end
this
issues.
asshole.
There could be a lot of debugging.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
guess.
they're stuck debugging that one particular level that's being a bitch and crashing at this one point.
I mean,
Right.
just remember what they present is what they know is sound. That doesn't mean the whole game is going to be that way. I mean, look at all the reviewer demos and stuff that go out.
Vertical slices.
Yeah. Speaking of vertical slices. No, I'm not going to make that joke.
I already know.
Yeah. But yeah, it's like Liquid said, the shit they tend to show off is the currently most polished shit they've got. So who knows, But it could have just been that maybe they tried to move it out of the way of The Witcher,
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's weird. Either way, it's only been delayed by a month, so it's not like it's going to really hurt anything. So.
Right.
Yeah, and Grand Theft Auto 5 was only delayed for a month before it was delayed for another month.
right.
Who don't do that to me.
Don't toy with my heart, bro.
All right, let's move on to the next topic. It's the Dragon Ball Z one. But who didn't see this coming? Honestly, let's be honest for a second. Who did not see this coming?
What?
More characters from Dragon Ball in Dragon Ball Xenoverse?
Yeah, right.
Fucking Golden Frieza is coming to Xenoverse.
Yeah,
If you haven't seen the trailers yet, he's coming back in the movie Resurrection of F.
So how much do these characters go for when
It's revival of F, but yeah.
because I don't have Xenoverse, I don't know how much the DLC characters.
The last DLC pack I think was $5. Might have been $6.
So that gets you a character and some costumes and shit like that.
Well, with the GT character pack, you got Kid Goku, Pan, and Trunks.
Oh, okay, so that was 3 characters for $5. That's not bad.
And you got 2 costumes as well, and some story bits in there too. So.
Oh, and this one's going to have parallel quests and masters and stuff like that as
same
well.
thing with the GT stuff.
Okay.
And that's only GT Pack 1. There's still GT Pack 2, I think, is set to release in April. So we're going to have 2 DLCs for this game come out in April.
And I think I got the season pack, so we should be getting that shit just pushed for.
I did the same thing because I saw it. I was like, oh, I want it. Like I played the game for a couple hours or so, and not even a couple hours. Like I played it for a couple days, really. And I was like, yeah, I'm so fucking buying everything for this game.
Right. I still have yet to really sit down and dig into it. It's one of those things that it just, again, like we were talking about earlier, one of those things where I've got fucking 50 games on Steam and have played maybe 5 of them. So.
Oh man, I can highly recommend this to you, dude. It's so fucking fun.
Right.
We were working on a review, and actually, ironically enough, it's myself. Liquid's doing it too, right?
I don't know. Are you recording any lines for the friggin' Dragon Ball Xenoverse review? Mr. Liquid. Brother.
He died.
There. Oh God. Anyway, I think
He's like, be right back, killing kids.
he had the best kind of summarization of the storyline. It's legitimately fan service the game. Your character isn't like forced into the story. Well, it kind of is, but it kind of isn't. Like you're set back in time to make sure history happens the correct way. Like if I had my own little gripes with the game, which I mentioned in the review, which is yet to go up yet because we're still waiting on other people's parts, where I talk about how the character list isn't as full as it could be. How you have it go, you don't have all of Frieza's transformations, you don't have the Doria, you don't
Well,
have Zarbon.
not yet until this DLC comes out.
No, that's only going to have his gold form. I'm talking about you only have Form 1, Final Form, and then Full Power. You're missing 2 forms of Frieza's transformation. With Cell, you don't have Imperfect Cell, and you don't have Semi-Perfect Cell. You only have Perfect and Full Power. And it's the same thing, you kind of just trickle down the list and you realize that there's a lot that's missing. And like, yeah, they're like background, not really background characters, but they're like just B characters, like the Zarbon and the Doria. No one's really going to play as them, but at the same time, they're characters, you know?
Gotta milk out that DLC for a while.
Then, like, and again, like you have other forms of Super Boo. You have the Gohan Boo, where he has Gohan's fucking shirt and shit on. You have all these other forms and shit that were just totally swept away. You know, it is what it is. We'll see what they do with it and if they add them all in eventually or not. I can't see Zarbon and the Doria being an inclusive pack, though. Like, why would they? Why?
So when we release just a primarily B characters pack, and they just call it the B characters.
Pretty much. Like that'd be like the way to go about it if you were going to, I guess.
Like these characters are so B, we put 10 of them in one pack for $5.
We talked about the PlayStation brick problem earlier, so we'll give them a little bit of positive press here. They're offering a 10% discount.
Right, which goes to a single purchase or whatever you throw in your cart. So
yeah, you have to enter the code. Go ahead and get a pen out. I'll wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, you better have a pen and a piece of paper, motherfucker. If you don't, you're damn bad.
right.
So if you plug in the code LQ8ERDQH3A before you check out, you'll receive a 10% discount.
That's good until 12 p.m. Pacific time until March 30th.
Right, and yeah, it's good stuff. So if you've been eyeballing a few games, you know, grab it.
That's way to knock down the price a little bit.
Yep.
So that's another one-off topic. See, I had a lot of those this week, I'm telling you.
You're right.
This one, I don't know, we'll move past this one for a minute just because I know we'll have a little bit to talk about there, so we'll move past that next.
It's actually, just a good ending content.
Yeah. Let's move to the Rainbow Six. It's going to get a closed beta.
I wasn't aware of this.
Yeah, now it's closed because you have to pre-order the game to get access to it.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if they have stated where you'll have to pre-order the game, like what platform, or if it's just a PC. It's available across PS4.
Beta will be.
It says across PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC.
Right. Yeah, so it'll be available through whatever you pre-order it from, but that's the only way you're getting it is to pre-order it. And that's
I'm not okay with that. Just for the simple fact that like you're already locked into buying the game, right?
Not necessarily, because you can technically pre-order a game for I believe it's $10.
$5.
You'll get your code. Yeah, you'll get your code. You can try the game out, and if you're not digging it, cancel the pre-order.
That is true. But I mean, most of the folks who would be inclined to play the beta are gonna buy the game. I think. You know, so I think putting the beta out there for everybody would kind of like me. I'd like to try it and see if it's any good, and if it is, I might be more inclined to buy it than I otherwise would. You know, so.
Yeah, well, you know they'll do open beta a couple days beforehand. They'll want to really test the server strength and shit like that, like a week or so beforehand, and they'll go full fucking out there with it.
We assume.
Yeah. It's possible, but yeah.
I mean, this is a better direction. I mean, this is better than what DLC has or pre-ordering has been, and that's just
Right.
oh hey here have a skin for a weapon or here
Right.
have
Yeah,
a
yeah.
costume. At least you know this is
Or have this
Now,
weapon in
I
advanced
will.
Halo.
I do
content.
want to point something out real fast, just because I think this is definitely noteworthy.
Hmm.
I can't, or I'll highlight it for you guys, but I'll just come out and say it. Ubisoft, be weary. Their track record lately has not been the greatest, so be weary about this title. As great as it looks, there's definitely potential for failure.
Sorry, got distracted. Dude finally got back to us. He's gonna join us for the last half hour.
All right, but yeah, it's definitely from everything that they showed at E3, which you can't really take that for granted because look at Watch Dogs. The game looks fucking awesome, and I really cannot wait for it. But that there's so much potential for error, and it really worries me. And it worries me that people who play Call of Duty are gonna get it and just haul off on their own every time, and it's gonna be like, no, this is a goddamn team-oriented game. Fucking listen.
Well, I mean, I don't think this is the first one that they've done that's been online, right?
No.
Yeah.
It,
Um,
it
Yeah,
depends
Vegas.
on the format, though. Really, like you know, we haven't seen too many details about the game, but with Rainbow Six as series history, the people that play Call of Duty style have a real tendency to get their ass blown apart by
yeah.
the people who actually organize and plan and play as a team. So I don't think it's going to be too much of an issue.
I hope it's not.
I mean, it
got
will be
some
in the
things where-
beginning, when you get that initial flood, but once it boils down, all
You have the
the
Call of
Rainbow
Duty
Six
kids,
games I
and you have
played.
the Call of Duty kids go back to their game and shit.
Hmm.
But this game definitely has its own market built in. I don't think we're going to see a lot of Call of Duty crossover.
I
to begin
think we
with.
will at first, because that's what happens with every first-person shooter.
Well,
They all
sure,
pick it
sure.
up at first,
Yeah,
within
and then
the
people
first
Call of
complain
month
Duty
it's
or
not
so.
Call of Duty.
form.
Yeah.
They all pick it up within the first month or so. They go back. So that first month is gonna be hectic as fuck. Of people thinking that they can either play it their own play style or play it whatever the fuck, and then they go back to Call of Duty. So
Yeah. At any rate, if it's going to be a problem, it won't be one for long. Oh, hey, did you hear that the recent GTA 5 update on consoles fucking killed its graphics?
yeah, and they're actually putting out a patch for it as well. So
Yep. That apparently only fixes a couple things, but it's a start.
yeah.
All right.
All right, so we're ready. Like I said, dude, one off topic again. I knew it, dude. Like I knew the show was gonna fucking be 2 hours worthy of content. So I'm so happy I didn't start till 7.
Yeah, right. That's why I keep mentioning this shit as I read it because I'm trying to pad out the length.
Yeah.
Like,
It's like, dude, holy shit! Like,
Oh,
so
I bet
happy.
we could talk for a half hour on the last topic.
Oh, I know. Easily. That's kind of when I want to get through this next one, which will be quick. I guarantee it. Microsoft stepping up a little bit with Games for Gold in April 2050 or 2015. 2050. Yeah, it's gonna be that long until they step up their Games for Gold quality. Anyway, they're giving out 2 free games for Xbox, or wow, I almost called it Xbone. Xbox One, and 4 free games for 360. With Xbox One, you're getting Pool Nation FX and Child of Light.
Both pretty good games.
Never played Pool Nation, never played Child of Light, so this will be a good opportunity for both, I guess.
Yeah, Child of Light. If you like RPGs, you're going to get a kick out of Child of Light. From what I've heard, I haven't played it myself. I'm just going off what friends have told me.
what
Um,
child? Yeah.
Yeah. And then, let's see here. We got, for 360, we got Terraria, Gears of War Judgment, Assassin's Creed, Black Flag, and Army of Two, Devil's Cartel.
Then forget how Army of Two looked like. It looked like Army of Tito.
But Gears of War Judgment, yeah, this would be the way to play it because you're playing it for free. So yeah, go for it.
It's the best way possible.
Yep.
And
Because
Terraria
it's
is fun,
not
too.
worth buying.
Terraria is worth buying, but hey, it's free is even better.
And don't confuse that Epic logo down there for being them who made the game. It's People Can Fly, and that's why the game is not that good. If it was an Epic game, it'd probably have been a lot better and actually had, more than 8 multiplayer maps. Or I think it was like some ridiculously short amount, like fucking it was ridiculous. Not cool.
We'll be joined by the 10-minute gamer here soon.
All right, so we'll have him in our presence for 10 minutes.
Yeah, pretty much right. But he's gonna join us. I guess he's wrapping up his stream and.
All right, and then Terraria. If you haven't played this game yet, I don't know what the hell you're doing with your life. It's on the level of Minecraft. I'll go as far as to say.
Right.
It's fucking great.
Yeah, it's one of those ones that I've got on Steam, but I haven't played yet since it, you know, I don't know.
You're hoping we would?
Yeah, I can't tell you why I haven't played it yet, actually.
Shit.
As with many other titles.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, it's fucking definitely a good game. I would recommend it without a doubt. Devil's Cartel, personally, it's not as good as 1. But I don't know. It's still fun. Something to say about it.
It's a game to play.
Yeah,
Yeah,
pretty
right.
much. That's about it. It's just a game to play. That's kind of the same thing with Judgment too. Is it something to do? Assassin's Creed Black Flag. It's definitely the better out of the newer, the two newest Assassin's Creed. It's the better of the two. So that's.
Yeah, I haven't really played Assassin's Creed in a while, but that's the one that I hear the most about when people are talking about it with reverence.
Oh man, dude, so good. It could have just been called Pirates of the Game, and people would have fucking loved it. Honestly, it's amazing.
I want to go back. Like, I do kind of want to break my anti-Ubisoft thing to just like go play that. And I think that one may have came free with my fucking video card, and I might have registered the key and then like quickly uninstalled Uplay because I had no interest to play it. I don't know. I might have that game already. Maybe I should play it.
Right.
Yeah, definitely the better out of Unity and Black Flag. So definitely recommend picking that up. Again, all of these titles are free for this month or for April.
And then this is with a live subscription, right?
Yes,
Gold.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
But here's the difference. If you're wondering what the difference is,
You
with
do get to
PlayStation
keep them.
Gold. Yeah. If you're wondering what the difference is with PlayStation Gold and Xbox Live, you get to keep these titles.
Yeah, even if your subscription lapses, they're yours. So.
Yeah. So it's one of the things where even if, all right, well, I don't got the hard drive space right now, or, I don't intend on playing them right away, initiate the download, cancel the download, it'll be yours forever.
Yeah, and that's technically true of PlayStation Plus as well, but as long as you have a subscription.
Yeah,
If
you
you
gotta
lose
keep
that
that thing going.
subscription, if you lose that subscription, you lose your.
Activision failed.
Right. And yeah, because like I don't have a PS3 right now or a Vita, and I still add that shit to my list because I'll be able to access it later. But yeah, anytime if I ever let this lapse, I'm pretty much. That's it, because like most of the games I have right now are
It's like an Amazon free app of the day. Like, I'll be damned if I use maybe 5% of them, but I freaking go ahead and get the free app initiated like half the time at least.
absolutely, man. I was gonna say accidentally. My fucking brain. How do you brain? Yeah.
Brains are over. Brains don't have to be your audience.
Yeah. Yeah, I was talking, so I guess there was some developer who was bitching about the Puritan asshole press and, not wanting to deal with them.
Oh, Lionhead.
Yeah, it's as simple as, yeah, our site has, nobody reading it. I mean,
hey, tell that to the friggin' 1,000 people per article.
Yeah, you know I'm kidding, man. But point is, though, we don't have the draw of Polygon and shit. But
Yeah.
I think the way you build that reader base is by taking your shit to these these ethics focused sites, and it's a problem that I kind of feel can be solved by just not. You know what I'm saying?
That site is supernerdland.com, by the way. That's supernerdland.com.
Yep. Yeah, now with 100% less dick pics, so enjoy. But yeah, I feel like
there's only one, and it was his. Then we took it down. So
yeah, well, it was a tiny pic, so
it wasn't much to delete.
No, it was a full size pic, but you couldn't see it.
It was a 1 pixel by 1 pixel one. Ooh.
Yeah, exactly.
That's all you needed.
We left it there for months, and nobody realized it.
Yep. Shit, it was in the logo the whole time. But no, I think the way you start building these sites is, by taking your shit there, and it's like, yeah, you're not going to have the coverage, but I mean, it becomes an issue where if you're only worried about the viewers, then you have to deal with the devil and just kind of suck it up. Otherwise, you start giving these exclusives or whatever to the sites that have your best interests at heart, and you help them build that readership, and then you no longer need those assholes. But I just feel like if you're gonna, instead of bitching about the weather, fucking do something about it, So.
All right, let's go
Hopefully,
ahead.
we're building up. I'd rather them at the moment go to somebody like Tech Raptor.
Well,
or,
yeah, absolutely.
Or Niche Gamer, who'd be able to do them a little bit more justice at the moment.
Sure, as long as
Because
it's
there are
not
certain
Polygon.
messages. Yeah. Yeah.
That's my point, really. But I'm with you on that, Josh. Take it to Tech
All right.
Raptor for the moment.
Let's roll on to the next topic.
It's
And our last
fucking
topic
cold
of the
in
day.
here.
Well, fucking put your dick away.
Yeah, well, that's what happens when it gets cold. That tiny little pixel just goes right away. Now I'm sad.
But
It just went from 3D to 2D.
YouTube, okay, but it looks like YouTube is going to launch their own video game stream.
Yeah. Okay.
I am cool with it so long as it has a higher bitrate cap than Twitch. I was bitching about this today when I was watching the friggin' Ultra Street Fighter 4 tournament that was going on. It was a really fucking awesome stream, but there were times when a lot of shit's going on, and it's like, God damn, is this YouTube circa 2005? What the fuck is this shit?
Yeah, like I was watching one of the Mortal Kombat streams, and it was the same deal, just blockiness, yeah.
And they are going to support 60 frames, which is good.
Nice. Very cool. Yeah, I mean, my issue, though, is, like, this kind of runs contrary to their whole fucking, copyright thing. Like, I get fucked in the ass for uploading footage of some game, and my concern is, like, how is that going to play out when they roll this out? Are they going to kind of... Because a lot of the copyright strikes, not strikes, but the notices I've got have been automatically pushed. Like, they weren't initiated by the rights holders. It was just YouTube.
The bot. What it is it's a bot that does it. It's just get flagged by a goddamn bot that's over fucking sensitive.
Right. So that's my concern is, like, is this gonna are they gonna kind of loosen the reins on that shit or what?
I doubt it. I highly doubt it.
Yeah.
And this is some really news. Like, we freaking IGN is still waiting for comment for YouTube/Google to even comment on this news and stuff.
Right.
So there's not a lot of details on whether their content ID system is going to apply to their streaming service in such a way that Twitch is used to before people complained about it.
What I could actually imagine happening would be the content ID system not actually flagging until after the broadcast is complete.
Just wait for the archive to.
Yeah.
Which would still be hugely retarded because you're using their service, a service meant specifically for that purpose. Like, there comes a point where that shit needs to. And by the way, Josh, Twitch is still automatically flagging shit. I got one of my videos, the audio turned off.
Fun. That's why I Hitbox. I like Hitbox just because they have the unlimited bitrate cap anyway.
I actually just went in and set up a Hitbox account today because I'm helping.
Now, see, I have Hitbox, but nothing I use streams to it as of yet.
Yeah, and that's really the kind of killer right now. Like, I think it would be interesting.
Does OBS not work with it?
No. It's the consoles that can't really go to it unless you do special stuff through OBS and all that.
And my streaming software doesn't have an option for Hitbox at the moment.
Well, just do what I do: plug it in through OBS and OBS it to Hitbox.
I have tried. I can't get my console to work with OBS. But to be fair, I only tried it once and then just
rage quit.
Yeah, I'd say have Josh help you, but Josh will totally forget to have you just uninstall it and reinstall it. So.
Yeah, just remind me to do that if we're having trouble with it.
Right. Yeah, I'll figure it out because I've heard Hitbox just beats Twitch out of the water in terms of like you were saying, the bitrate caps and whatnot. You can actually stream at a decent quality and not get.
I mean, there's still some cons. I mean, they're still in beta. There's still some hiccups here and there. I think they still need to maybe up their security a little bigger. They get hit by hack attacks way more than Twitch does.
Twitch?
But Twitch just got hit recently.
Yeah, exactly. I got the email. I got 5 of them. So
Oh wow, they were serious about that shit.
yeah, yeah.
Well, again, I couldn't even log in until I changed my password, which is cool. That's fine. But yeah.
Oh hey, apparently the Walking Dead spin-off's called Fear the Walking Dead.
Fear of.
Yeah, I'm not worried. I'm
Fear
I'm
the
not
Walking
getting
Dead.
into it. I'm just gonna watch the mainline show.
I
Yeah.
haven't even watched Walking Dead since season 3, so I can't even really.
You aren't really missing much.
Fuck off. Die in a fire. Let's stop talking about this so we can remain friends.
Yeah. We're being asked if we want to join the Gamergate Ultra Skype cabal. They have a lot of other streamers who use it to help coordinate streams and whatnot.
All
So-
right, that sounds good.
Yeah, yeah. You should get with Zan whenever he shows up or after the show or whatever, and
Well,
Get that.
you can just give him my Skype info. It'll be easier that way.
I could, but I'm not you.
Yeah, I know, but it'll be easier that way.
What is he? Dude, I look like your secretary?
Yeah, he's my secretary. Oh, wait, co-host.
Does he
Sorry.
look like a bitch?
Yeah. Well, yeah, but what does that have to do with anything? Now I'm sad. But
Sadness intensifies.
yeah. But no, I think anything that'll help us kind of get this shit out there is definitely worth doing. So, and plus it has Skype Cabal in the name, so I'm all for it.
But it's got to be Cabal with the K to commemorate Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, I used to. That dude used to be my main in Mortal Kombat 3.
Cabal.
Anyway, yeah, yeah. Yep. All right.
Serendipity.
Yeah. Okay, so are we out of topics now or what?
Yeah, I think we are.
Oh shit.
So that's what I'm saying, dude. Thank God I only did a 2-hour show tonight.
Right. Fuck. And even then, 2 hours.
Yeah.
Is,
Maybe if somebody would research more topics.
yeah, I'm
did.
looking.
I'd like shit up.
It's been a pretty slow news week unless you want to go into ancillary issues.
Yeah, like a lot of what I saw today was a lot of what I saw today was opinion pieces and shit. I'm like, yeah, that's not news.
Yeah, like, should video games
Like,
tackle topics or?
Oh
social
yeah, I
topics?
did saw that. I was like, fuck off. And then I saw
Yeah.
another one. It was Dan Stapleton from
No,
IGN.
Yeah,
He wrote
they
an
have an
article.
obligation.
He wrote an article about how Bloodborne ruined. They only had one first impression, and they ruined theirs for him.
Ooh.
Like this whole thing about how he was never a Souls player and all this other shit. And he got Battleborn. Bloodborne, yeah, he got Bloodborne because all of the people he works with were talking about it, hyping it up and everything, and he goes to play it and it just totally did not like. He ended up like enjoying it for a little bit at first, and then totally fucking pissed him off afterwards. Like,
Why?
Yeah.
Well, I guess at the very beginning of the game, you'll fight like a bunch of people and shit like that. The checkpoint system isn't very rewarding towards the beginning. It's a while till you hit your first checkpoint.
Sure.
So we had to continuously fight the same things again and again.
Get good, scrub.
But that's still kind of the point of these games, though.
See, that's the thing. Like, this guy is not the first. Like, I've gotten to the point with
Roll.
this guy's article. Hold on. I've gotten to the point with this guy's articles that I just don't read anything he writes anymore because he has a really shit taste in games. Like, it's one of the things where every time I like see him in a video or hear what he has to say, it just frustrates the living hell out of me, and I'm like, yeah, you're somebody I do not care to hear from.
Yeah, right.
Like he was on IGN has a show called Game Scoop, and he was on a couple episodes there, and he was bad mouthing something. I can't remember what it was. It was so fucking long ago. But I remember thinking to myself, yeah, I'm done listening to anything you have to say about anything ever. Like, it's just not good.
Right. Yeah, and it seems like.
This whole thing with slamming. This whole thing with
No
slamming
worries.
Bloodborne though was just like, oh well, yeah, it rubbed me the wrong way, and it was hard, and like, yeah, dude, that's that game. It's fucking meant to be challenging. Like, what the fuck? He was like, yeah, I'm fine with games being hard, but for the games being hard for the sake of being hard is just stupid. Like, what?
Like, just obviously the title was not for you.
Yeah.
Right.
Like,
And
it's
that's
not-
the thing. Yeah, it's not bad because you didn't like it. It's just one of those things where not everything is meant for everyone. You know?
I don't like visual novel games, and I'm not gonna go like try to play a bunch of visual novel games and be like, these are fucking shit.
Yeah, you're
God
right.
damn it! I mean, these are just a lot of words to be wordy.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Look who's got a word of the month calendar or word of the day calendar. But yeah, no, that's the thing, man. I mean,
Pigeons, what's this shit?
yeah. I was waiting for you to mention that game.
Yeah, dude, his entire article is just fucking nonsensical bullshit, so.
Yeah, that's generally what you get out of these folks. Yeah, I bought a game because my friends were talking about it, and I was predisposed to dislike it because I don't like things that are hyped. Okay.
Yeah, see, that's kind of how I look at it too. Is like he had some people hype it for him, and he didn't enjoy it, so now he's gonna write an article slamming it. And a lot of people like he actually I'll give him this. He put in at the very last paragraph talking about how this is not a review, this is my own opinion on it, but it was still like, yeah, but how many?
Well, there's that.
Yeah, if you would have put it at the beginning, how many people would have just clicked off that article right away?
Right. Yeah, a lot of this shit's just fucking clickbait bullshit, you know, and that's definitely not something we do at supernerdland.com, where if you squint at the logo, you'll see my penis. No. Yeah.
You gotta get a microscope.
Yeah.
It ain't gonna work.
It's 1 pixel by 1 pixel.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to have a 4K resolution and zoom in.
Look for the thing that looks like a dead pixel on your screen.
Pull out the element inspector. If you find it, you win a prize.
Oh God.
But no, I
just thought about like flocks of people trying to do that now that you fucking did.
Because there are some folks out there who are
Predisposed to look for penises and websites?
No. Yeah, I'm looking for them right now. But no, there are people that are kind of the opinion that a lot of these websites kind of jumped on the social justice bandwagon just because it generates
Clicks.
Clicks. Yeah, like and given the disparity between what they say and what they do.
That's obvious. If you look at it, it's obvious though too, because if you look at it, they don't obviously follow. None of the shit points to the moral compass. Like that does not.
Right. Yeah.
It's not right. Like there's no way. It's like you don't personally believe the bullshit you're spewing. Like you could tell you don't because your actions prove otherwise.
They're using each other. Social justice is using these sites just like these sites are using them.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. And I think, like Bryce said,
they're both banking on outrage too.
Well, absolutely.
That's why they are such close bed buddies. I don't even think not because they share ideologies.
I think they're bed buds, not bed buddies.
Well, but yeah, like what Josh is getting at is they've got a mutually beneficial relationship with one another
to generate outrage.
Right.
One grabs the other, or one hand grabs one dick and the other one grabs the other. I got
it. Yeah. Pretty much, man. And then the other two hands write shitty articles.
Yeah.
Yeah, or tweets, whatever.
Hold on. Why is that always your go-to, Rotten? Taking it to the gay avenue. I mean,
I don't know. It wasn't gay until you got on, though. That's the weird thing. Like we didn't start going there until you got on.
Thank you for custom tailing it to my taste. Okay,
what taste? Semen?
The male tears.
Yeah, right.
Based on previous Twitter posts, Google has recommended anuses for liquid.
I'll see you later.
Hey, yeah, take it easy, man.
Peace out, Vegas.
Thanks for stopping by.
Yeah, go work on my logo. Why are you here?
See, you can't treat people like they're your fucking bitches. You think he's gonna go fucking work? That logo, that logo's gonna come out with fucking penises all over it, right? like at this point, it's just nothing but dicks.
26 frame GIF. The 26th frame of the entire thing is just gonna be a giant cock.
Yeah, right.
Oh shit! All right. We're out of topics from the last 10 minutes. What do we do?
I don't know.
We bitch about random shit on the internet.
Yeah.
Let me go find something on Twitter to be outraged at. Hold on a second. I'm sure there's something.
I
It's
know
like
you
30
wanted to
seconds,
talk about
yeah.
something, but you were kind of, not sure how it really tied into video games.
I'm not even gonna fucking tie it to fucking.
Not even going to worry about it.
I'm not tying it to fucking technology because it doesn't need to be tied to technology.
Right. That would be an insult to technology.
Yeah.
I'd have to get a new capture card.
Do you?
I haven't told you yet about. I know I already got it. I had,
Yeah. Talk about that. Talk about that
I
shit.
can talk. All right. So Elgato, if anybody out there uses it or is in the market for a capture card, I would personally, what I've been using is the Elgato Game Capture HD. It worked fine at first. It was great. Fucking captured everything in 1080 or 60. It captures whatever it used to capture whatever you had it natively. If you were
Right.
natively running 1080 60, that's what it would capture at. Well, they nerfed their own software, so the base capture card only captured at 30 frames. It locked it.
Oh, wonderful.
You have to buy their new capture card, which is the Elgato Game Capture H60, to capture shit at 60 frames. So I had to fucking buy a new capture card.
Right.
And because I already know the fucking devil that is Elgato, I just got the Elgato H60. It is what it is, but I don't know. I haven't plugged the damn thing in yet to see how it works.
That's kind of shitty to me that
They
you would get
nerfed
software locked, and I was asking you if you could get like previous versions of it somehow or anything like that, and you were like, no, I hadn't really been able to find a way to get software locked out of features like that. It's just
Yeah, like this is literally what it says in the back of the box.
so shit.
This is literally what it says on the back of the box. Next generation quality, stunning 1080p quality with 60 frames.
Fucking false advertising
H264,
at this point.
Yeah.
Unlimited capture right to your PC or Mac, flashback recording, immediate access and built-in editor. Built-in editor blows. Just use Adobe. Built-in live streaming to Twitch and YouTube. Stream command and built-in live commentary feature. But realistically, you're already going to plug your shit into OBS, so.
Right. Oh, hey, here's something interesting. Somebody recreated the one of the first levels of Mario 64 in Unity.
Interesting.
And you can play it in your browser.
Oh yeah, actually I saw that.
Yeah.
How long until that gets cease and desist?
He's not doing anything else with it. It was just kind of a proof of concept thing, I think.
Right.
And yeah, I can see it getting shut down real quick, but it's kind of interesting because this is kind of what I wish Nintendo would do with Mario 64 at this point. Yeah, I mean it's a great game, but I think it's really bad on the eyes. It's a very hard game to look at these days. But yeah.
Well, at the same time, they can come out with Mario Maker here soon, so.
Yeah, but I don't think they're doing 3D with that.
It looked 2D to me.
Yeah, the best of my knowledge, it's going to be.
The newest one they're doing is New Mario World or whatever. It has the 3D graphics, but you have to press the button to switch to them. So.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, it switches between, I think. Well, I'm not sure. I think they've added a few new since I've last seen it, but it was you could switch between like Super Mario World, Super Mario 3, and New Super Mario Brothers, and it's kind of interesting. And the great thing is when you do it, it doesn't just change the graphics; it actually changes the physics. Because New Super Mario has slightly different physics than the old other Mario games. So yeah, when you switch to that graphical style, everything changes accordingly, and that's actually one I'm really eager to play. I have no idea when it's coming out. When is it coming out? Let me go to IGN and see if they know.
Oh shoot! I had an article up with 2015 Wii releases.
Mario Maker. See if anybody knows. No, it still just says 2015.
Undetermined.
Yeah. But I'm eager to see if you can build like entire games or just levels, and it better have sharing,
What it does, what I like is, it's really going to make use of that freaking tablet controller finally.
Right.
That's going to be so nice to make levels with just a fucking tablet. That's the sound you should make when you make the levels.
Yeah. But yeah,
I'll
it
still
looks
wait on Splatoon.
What?
Yeah, Splatoon.
Splatoon.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks. I mean, that one kind of came out of nowhere, and I was just really surprised by how polished and fun it
Yeah.
looks. I'm
It
really.
almost
So
is like
what is
it-
this,
it-
like a family-friendly TF2 or something?
Kinda.
Yeah, kind of.
It's okay. Your pretty much are squids, and you can use your little squid powers to dive in and out of ink, but it has to be your team's color ink. So
Okay.
if you are going along and you need to get to a certain objective quickly, and the enemy team has kind of cut your line of ink, you now have to stop swimming and repaint your area to make it so your team can get to that area quicker.
And the goal is to cover as much of the level in your color ink as you can within the time limit. And,
Yeah.
Yeah, no kill. It's just ink from
Yeah.
what I'm seeing.
Yeah,
Well,
and
you
it.
can kill.
May 2015.
No, there's kills, but you just kind of explode in your own color ink.
You explode in color.
Yeah.
Bitch, I'm fabulous.
And then,
But it looks really cool, man. This is one of those games where you need to grab a Wii, Josh, because I can imagine that getting a lot of rotation on Super Nerdland and whatnot.
what's Splatoon?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Josh, get that shit. So
Gotta give me that money, son.
Yeah.
You got money, don't lie. Just stop smoking it and you'll be fine.
Yeah. Well, it looks like our buddy didn't stop by in time, because we are done in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
In fact,
That'd be.
yeah. Well, I told him if he didn't make it to this week's show, we'd like to have him next week. So.
No doubt.
Hopefully, if there's more news next week. Actually, there might not be a show next week, depending on what happens. There almost wasn't a show tonight.
Yeah, I heard you were otherwise occupied.
Not at the time. I was hopefully occupied.
Yeah.
It fell through, so it didn't really happen. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, watching this trailer for Splatoon now. Looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
They've talked about how the lobby overworld thing will like almost be like an MMO in a sense. It's kind of cool.
Nice.
Like, I'm
Very
really
cool.
curious to see how it's all going to take place.
Yeah, I'm definitely eager to try it out. That was, like I said, it kind of came out of left field and was really, really surprising. So, yeah, good job, Nintendo. Who says Nintendo doesn't make new IPs?
Everyone slams them for being, just copying their own formula all the time and shit,
But every time they... And see, that's the thing. I mean, somebody actually provided a list of the new IPs that they created during the Wii generation, and it was like quite a bit, actually. Now, see, they might not be for everybody, but they do new stuff, and they just don't get recognized for it. And I think that has to do. I think that says more about the people who perceive them that way than it does Nintendo itself. It's like, well, if you are only inclined to pay attention to Mario and Zelda, then that's you, That's not Nintendo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's. And just because you don't like a game doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Like, okay, Nintendogs wasn't my thing, but it's still a new IP. Or
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like it's one of the things where they're the one they make more new IPs than anybody else.
Right. I mean, look at Konami. They have literally become Castlevania, Metal Gear, and Silent Hill. That's
Pretty much.
yeah.
Capcom, Street Fighter. That's it.
Resident Evil and Street Fighter.
Yeah. You can make
Which
the
I do
argument
gotta say, the Resident Evil.
you can make the argument saying Mega Man, but let's be honest, they're not doing Mega Man.
No. But what were you saying, Josh, about Resident Evil?
I was gonna say the Resident Evil HD thing was actually pretty nice looking from what I've seen.
Ran like shit on my computer for some reason, which is weird because it's not doing anything that my computer can't handle. But for some reason, it just ran like shit, and I couldn't figure out why. So that was money wasted. But yeah, it looks really good. But yeah, and from what I've heard, Revelations 2 ain't all that bad either, especially now that they've got local co-op on the PC version, So yeah, okay, we're done. Let's wrap this shit up.
Alright, thank you guys for tuning in this week. Make sure you guys, if you enjoyed the show, click the thumbs up down there. If you want to share it with your friends, do so. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so now. tune in next week, and we'll make sure we have more topics to fill hopefully a 3-hour show. If not, then sorry.
We'll talk about the Flash next week.
Shrugs.
Oh yeah, and did you hear? Did you see the Deadpool costume, Ryan?
I did.
That was sexy.
Looks sick, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see you guys next week. Thanks for tuning in.
Hey, wait.
Okay.
Where can they find Josh?
Oh, they can find Josh at supernerdland.com as Doc Bray on Twitter, and
Yeah, that's
that's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, who are you guys?
I'm Rotten Rye. If you don't know who the fuck I am, fucking problems.
Yeah, and I assume that he's going to update the thing with our.
Yeah, I literally didn't set this shit up till last minute, so that was my bad.
Yeah. So if you need to
Well,
find me,
it wouldn't
you can
feel
find
like
me
the
there.
weekly grind if
Right.
you didn't.
Right. Yeah, the weekly grind where we half-ass things for 3 hours.
I wouldn't say
weekly
half-assed.
grind.
It's more like
Things that
flying by the seat of
are
our pants.
Right.
The weekly grind until nothing is set up until exactly an hour beforehand.
Yeah. I kind of prefer it that way, actually.
Yeah, it keeps us on our toes. I like it.
It does. It fosters more spontaneous discussion on the topics. So that's what we're gonna go with. We're gonna go with spontaneity. That's
Yeah, that's why we do what we do.
Yep.
But yeah,
Thanks for
guys
tuning in
next week.